Yo, yo. Sick of this game already.
The characters, places, and events portrayed in this motion picture are fictional. Any similarity to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. Sorry.
dirty and evil. Before the settlers, before the Indians, the evil is there waiting. There is no drag like U.S. drag. You can't see it. You don't know where it comes from. Take one of these cocktail lounges at the end of a subdivision street. Every block of houses has its own bar and drugstore and market and liquor store. You walk in and it hits you. But where does it come from? Not the bartender, not the customers, nor the cream-colored plastic rounding the bar stools, nor the dim neon, not even the TV. On through the peeled landscape, dead armadillos in the road, and vultures over the swamp and cypress stumps. Motels with beaver-board walls, gas heaters, thin pink blankets. Itinerant short con and carny hype men have burned down the croakers of Texas.
It's nice to be in God's country. You know, last week I had this horrible nightmare that I was in Texas where they like to spit on you and throw stuff at you for the simple reason that you tell the truth. First of all, I want to apologize to all my fans over in Germany. I'd like to apologize to all my great fans over in Great Britain. Actually, I'd like to apologize to all my fans all over Europe, all over Japan and the Far East, to my fans in the Middle East, all the way as far down as South Africa. And I'd especially like to apologize to all my great fans in Canada. And to you, my fans right here across the United States of America, to you, I apologize for nothing. You know, it seems really strange to me that no matter how much I try, that when I beat Austin to a bloody pulp, the way you American fans treat me across the United States of America, I feel like I lost. And you take a gutless creep like Boston and beat him to a bloody pulp, even though he knows, and you all know, that he lost. You cheer him like he won. You somehow justify, only in America you can do this, that Boston won. That's okay. That's acceptable in America. Did you ever notice that the United States of America is shaped like one big giant toilet bowl?
But we went from Walter Cronkite, basically, to this guy, Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons. I checked it. He believes in dragons? He believes in dragons.
Did you triple force that?
And he also thinks that dragons, like dinosaur-y type of animals, roamed the earth when people did. So this is the type of really, really bad information that's going out there.
This election was the first time they didn't really have control of the media anymore.
Because what?
Because of us.
Non-mainstream media.
Because of podcasts.
Podcasts. Selling tickets.
Because of social media, because
you're
of X.
humanizing Trump like, well, he's a human.
Yeah.
So why can't
They've been caught up in all this shit they've shoved down everybody's throat, especially all the Russia shit.
Imagine a scenario where you've thawed a guy out from some frozen cryo chamber thing. He's been in there for like 20 years. And this frozen guy, well, he loves comedy. And so this guy is excited to finally be unthawed and to discover what the world of comedy looks like in 2025, the year of our Lord. So you invite the guy to your house, sit him down on the Chesterfield, and prepare a televisual feast to get him up to speed. And you try to find a way to explain to this guy how this guy right here somehow is a king of both comedy and broadcasting.
He said Donald Trump was Hitler, but half the country disagreed with us and he won, and this is okay. And Joe Rogan believes in dragons. And Joe Rogan believes in dragons. Joe Rogan believes in dragons. 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 Dragons.
that you're sorry to be the one to tell him this, but we truly live in hell, and I feel that in my bones. And he's surely going to want to get back in that freezer thing, but he can't, so instead he slices his own head off. Just a little scenario to think about. How the hell did we get here? It could have been great, but, well, you guys know how the universe works. We're all just flying down an endless series of alternate realities inside a vast multiverse. And you can't really control which branch of those realities you are going to live in. And, well, our wonderful reality is the one in which this guy was able to be crowned both the king of comedy and the king of broadcasting. And I was sitting here watching this clip of this insane, resentful, unhappy, angry, and unfunny old man hysterically ranting and raving about his belief in dragons.
And then you couldn't believe that.
Watch the illusion. It's all a fucking illusion. All of them, when convenient, have said the exact same things.
Dragons are real.
While his personally curated group of friends, who he's pretty much hired to hang out with him, sit around subserviently laughing at his terrible attempts at jokes,
Doing the New York thing that
nodding along as he continues to spout the literal dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life, and putting on a master class on the warning signs of early onset dementia.
fucking climate change. Wake up. No, it's arson, you fucking idiots.
I think to myself, there's no way anybody listens to this. I check the podcast charts. It's number 1. No, 2. And it's listed as comedy. Oh God. It's suddenly all 2. I checked the podcast chart. Era of comedy kind of snuck up on all of us like boiling a frog or whatever. And I don't know if I'm just crazy, but I think this is actually bad. So I started thinking, trying to put the puzzle pieces together. Just trying to figure out, how did we even get here? And where are we going? And does it really have to be this shitty? Was it ever even not shitty? Like, what the hell is even going on here? And just like that, I realized it.
I was at the airport one time, and I went to a Starbucks to get some coffee.
Stand-up comedy is fucking stupid. And I don't even mean this current shit era. I mean the whole thing. The whole art form, like the whole idea of it. It sucks. And it's worse than stupid, really. It's disgusting. And it should be illegal, maybe.
I hope I haven't offended anyone.
It just keeps getting weirder and weirder and further away from anything I ever thought was good. Yeah, this shit era of comedy is way past its expiration date. It's been fermented, fully soured, and is now completely putrefied. It's... how else can I describe this? We are way past the tail end of it, and we are dancing around in the steaming pile of shit that fell out of its ass. We've talked about this before, but everything has its cycle. You get that, right? Come on, a guy like you? I mean, there are guys out there who have already been talking about the cycles better than I can.
Intelligent human beings should realize that everything
guy.
has their cycle. They have their season.
I agree with this guy.
They have their beginning. They have their end.
Yep.
They have cycles.
I think I agree with everything he says.
About to be recycled.
Good. Do it.
We're on the threshold of the end of this civilization because it's about to be recycled.
Right.
Your only
I understand
chance to evacuate is to leave with us.
All right. Our lives have cycles. History has cycles. Culture, ecosystems. You see it everywhere. It's just obvious. You're telling me you don't see the cycles? What, are you drunk? Like all the time? Well, it's also obvious that this current shit era of comedy has reached its end. And wouldn't it be great if that next era could get started? Well, unfortunately, there are incredibly powerful forces keeping this bloated comedy carcass on life support, artificially sustained, and they won't allow it to die off and renew like it's supposed to. Disgusting. This whole shit era was really ushered in by Dane Cook, who was one of the first guys to figure out the scheme of using social media to get famous. This new technology shifted reality, opening up a new branch of the multiverse in which talent and, like, being funny became secondary to how well you could market yourself online. Or maybe I'm wrong and he's actually brilliant, I don't know. Who can be sure?
You ever wish you were a snake?
Not me.
Cool to travel around.
You know, there was a few guys that I saw that were like no-brainers. Dane was one. Like the shit that he got through, the level that that guy was killing. Dude, he put the fear in God in guys that have been doing it for 20 years. We used to do Dick Doherty, rest his soul, his comedy clubs. And Dane would have the headliner like pacing in the back.
Damn.
He was killing that hard, and he would be like, you know, I shouldn't have to follow that. There's no jokes here. It's like, well, listen to the crowd. There's something going on here.
So instead of wasting their energy on writing good jokes, guys began focusing on how well they could promote themselves on the internet. And then people started making these new things called podcasts too. And given the potential payoff, the low cost and low effort required to do all this crap was irresistible.
No, I like MySpace.
Especially for these lazy comedian guys whose greatest motivation in life is the fear of ever having to get a real job.
Fuck me!
And that marked the official beginning of the comedy podcast shit entanglement era, in which we are currently festering. Congratulations. Of course, nobody struck gold bigger than this genius, Joe Rogan. There he is. Yeah, this guy never had an original idea in his life. He really doesn't know anything about anything, but he does know how to copy a guy who already did a thing.
Trans women are women. How about most? You gotta leave room for crazy.
Believe women, right? All of them?
How about almost all?
How about you believe like 88%? And that last 12% that's out of their f***ing minds, you know, I think that's a fair percentage, wouldn't you?
You gotta leave room for crazy.
That's what he does with stand-up, and that's what he did to start his podcast, which he stole the idea for from Tom Green.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It is 8:01. You're watching Tom Green Live. Roll the open.
Tom had the brains and the balls to start his own talk show, broadcasting live on the internet from his own home. And it was great. It was funny, chaotic, and it never took itself seriously.
That's good booze.
Play something real quick, huh?
Okay.
All right.
I'm on Tom Green Live, hooray!
Cool. Awesome.
It was unpredictable, and stuff went wrong all the time.
We can't see the on-air feed right now. It's not happening. Yeah, the live feed's not coming through too good, but we figured we'd sit and wait.
This guy's scaring me. Are we up on computers?
We're up, yeah.
He'd get mad at his production staff as a bit.
Computers?
I want to see a laptop right now with it on the feed. Can I see it? Bring me a laptop right now.
Instead of whatever this is.
No. It's like a.
It's weird.
It's sort of like an
Sorry.
Sometimes he'd get bombarded with prank calls, and because Tom has an actual sense of humor and a fully functioning brain, he could play along with them.
Tom Green, can you do a barrel roll for me?
A barrel roll?
Yeah, a barrel roll.
I like that guy. That guy's cool.
I'm the guy you hung up on the first call.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry about that.
Hey, man, I just wanted to tell you.
Hello, you're on the air.
Instead of whatever this is.
I am really into rock, paper, scissors.
How into it are you?
I'm undefeated.
How is that possible?
But whenever they wanted anything, I would be like, all right, rock, paper, scissors. If you win, you can do this thing. If I win, and then I would like pick the thing that was like their sort of deepest fear, you know.
Can we play right now?
If I win, I do the programming on your show for a week.
No. That's worth a lot of money. You can f off. Vance,
you were so confident until just now.
No.
Take a month, a few months off.
That's all right. Sounds like someone's scared to lose at rock, paper, scissors.
It sounds like someone else is scared to lose it.
No, you're asking me for something that's ridiculous.
Look how mad it is.
You don't have it. F off.
The number one comedy podcast in the world.
Friends was a funny show.
Joe, you were great on Friends.
No, I wasn't on Friends.
That's a joke.
Hey, stop joking.
No.
But is this all going to be huge? Huge?
That's a joke.
It's such a fun podcast. Such a fun time.
We need to beat Russia. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Fun.
Are you serious? Do you know how big that place is? Do you
Too
know how
big.
much military force is behind Putin? What are you talking about?
What are you talking
What are you talking about? Like, what if he just decides to go nuclear?
Oh, God, shut up. Oh, that's better. Oh, hell yeah. God, can you imagine that parallel universe where Tom became the number one podcast guy instead of Joe? Must be a fun place to be. That's where we're all supposed to be, if anything made any fucking sense in this stupid world. But it doesn't. And sadly, guys, we are all forced to live in this very shitty branch of the multiverse.
Exiled from the group.
This is the branch where Stu and Joe stole Tom Green's idea, made a much shittier version of it, and slowly took over mainstream media, comedy, and the U.S. government. As he continues to spread his wonderful mental herpes to all his listeners week after week.
Make your daddy proud.
I'm proud to be your friend.
I'm proud of yours as well.
Proud.
I love you, Joe, man.
I love you too,
Thank you for
brother.
your time, bro.
Oh yeah, thanks. Almost forgot to thank him today. You can watch in real time the moment Joe realizes there might be gold in these podcast hills.
Dude, I think this is awesome.
Thank you, man. See, no, I mean,
This is the craziest thing ever.
it really is different, you know,
Yeah.
than television.
This
or
is
anything.
way better.
He gets rock hard, praising its lack of corporate interests and griping about how advertising and money ruin anything good about entertainment.
It's not corporate pressures.
Yeah.
The thing that f***s up television,
Watch the lab,
thing
Mike.
that f***s up entertainment in general
idiot.
is money.
Oh, really?
Selling advertising, and that's all. And that f***s up everything. It doesn't make anything good.
A belief he abandons literally within seconds once he realizes that he could be the sole beneficiary of this potential new advertising revenue stream.
We need to figure out how you make money from this.
Yeah.
I think we
I
create
thought money ruined
a
everything.
national interweb, we call it, and then create a mass traffic
like a portal
gauge.
Watch right here. You can see the wheels turning inside his brain as he quickly flip-flops.
Like a portal into the advertising revenue stream, you know? Then
So he just copied Tom Green, and he started the Joe Rogan Shitcast experiment, and just for being an early adopter of podcasting, he was able to become the biggest and most mainstream establishment media figure on the planet. There he goes, stealing Joe.
He's up.
Yeah, this visionary genius is comedy's George Carmack. Who's George Carmack? Well, he's the guy who found that first piece of gold in the Yukon, which started the whole Klondike Gold Rush. There was nothing special about George Carmack. He was just some guy. He was just lucky enough to get a tip from this other guy, Robert Henderson, saying there might be some gold up there in the Yukon. So George just went up there and yeah, he found some. And after that, loads of guys swarmed up to the Klondike there and ruined the place as they all tried to copy what Carmack did. And just like Henderson tipped off Carmack, Tom Green tipped off Joe, giving Joe the idea to start a DIY podcast. And he did. And he struck gold and caused a stampede of comedians trying to copy his blueprint, turning everything to shit in the process. Like a plague of locusts. Shit.
Get it?
It's time to paint this town red. Blood red. me! Zombie bird.
stuck.
time to paint this town red. Blood red.
use the TNT.
I came here today to kill zombies and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum.
troll to pretty much anything made by Neil Breen.
How could you have done this? How could you have committed suicide?
I feel like everybody has their own personal experience with that type of movie that they consider that special kind of bad that they cross into the realm between realms where you can see, hear, taste and smell the garbage, but you can't help but enjoy it. One of my earliest experiences with such a sensation was with the movie Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Even as a gormless wee pubic louse, I could sense that something was off with this film. There was just something about it that wasn't quite measuring up to my very low standards of the time. I mean, I still liked it, as I did almost anything that had bright colours, violence, superpowers and a banging soundtrack. To be fair, I was also quite big on Power Rangers at the time, so maybe that had something to do with it, because this movie is basically an extended Power Rangers episode, but somehow more ridiculous. It wasn't until I watched this movie when I had at least 2 figures in my age that I was able to start seeing just how atrocious it truly was. And after watching it again for the first time recently, good lord.
This is not good. And it is glorious!
Kicking things off immediately after the first film's ending, Annihilation for the most part follows the story of Mortal Kombat 3, in which Shao Kahn, being the sorest of sore losers that he is, decides, fuck it, I'm just gonna invade Earth and our heroes have to find a way to stop him, because apparently he's the hardest bastard you can imagine. Apparently. It is a bit strange that they decided to go straight to the story of Mortal Kombat 3 for the sequel. Even though they are fighting games from the 1990s, Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat 2 have a pretty good structure for a first part and its sequel. After Liu Kang wins the tournament at the end of the first game, Shao Kahn basically enforces a second tournament to be held in Outworld so that he has the home field advantage this time. So the first one takes place in Earthrealm, the second one takes place in Outworld. It's a good way to keep the familiar formula as well as raising the stakes and changing the setting a little bit, and that's where we're introduced to characters like Mileena, Baraka, Jax, Sub-Zero 2.0, etc, etc. They did squeeze in a bit of Mortal Kombat 2 at the end of the first movie where Shang Tsung abducts Sonya and takes her to Outworld, which is a plot point of that game and why she's not part of the main roster, so maybe that's why they decided to just go straight to Mortal Kombat 3. But regardless, right away, without beating around the bush, this movie wastes absolutely no time in letting you know what it has to offer. First of all, almost everybody has been recast. The only returning cast members from the first movie are Robin Shaw as Liu Kang and Talisa Soto as Kitana. Everyone else was not only recast, but look, act and sound so different it is impossible to not find awkward. It's like being invited out by all of your friends, and when you arrive, the group is mostly comprised of people that you don't know but everyone else does, and you just have to decide how to awkwardly socially compose yourself. They were definitely hoping that you only watched the first movie once and it was in 1995. Then there's the visuals and presentation. And look, the first movie wasn't exactly groundbreaking in terms of effects. It had some great practicals, visual style and atmosphere, but the CGI was admittedly abhorrent. However, the effects in this movie make the first one look like Terminator 2.
Look at that beautiful garbage.
The awful green screen, the abysmal CGI portal effects, the bizarre camera work, the costume designs, the fucking seam line in the sky, the constant flipping and bouncing around that makes everybody look like they're at a trampoline park. It also introduces our new big bad guy and his generals.
Or as I like to call my little gang, the toxic mega cunts.
And this is all in the first couple of minutes of the film. Despite having a budget 10 million higher than the first movie, this one manages to look cheaper and more amateur. So what's going on here? As you can probably figure out yourself, this film had a notoriously troubled production cycle. The budget was woefully mismanaged, which is primarily the reason that it is the way that it is. The mindset in the making of this movie was, let's go bigger and better. More fights, more characters, more places, more story, more effects. And look, that's not a bad mindset to have when brainstorming the sequel to a martial arts fantasy film, but they horrifically overestimated what they could do with an extra $10 million. It has since been admitted by a few involved that the movie was in fact released unfinished, if you can believe that. Not only was filming constantly being reworked and cut down due to the limited budget, the post-production process was cut down by a lot because the film apparently tested so well that the studio felt that it was sufficient work and opted for an earlier release date. Apparently. Look, I'm just saying, whoever was test watching this and was like, good job, well done, 2 thumbs up, the only other movie they must have seen in their entire life must have been Plan 9 from Outer Space. Or they were all on heroin. It was the 90s after all. So that's why this movie is the way that it is. It's the worst outcome for a production like this. Actually, no, it's no. The worst possible outcome is a movie being like this and being boring. And this movie certainly isn't boring. There's just something so endlessly fascinating to me about movies that are fundamentally broken and still get theatrical releases. It's the reason I could never consider myself a proper film critic, because then I'd have to say something like, yes, Madam Web was easily one of the worst films I saw in 2024, but good lord was it one of the most fun experiences I had in a cinema in 2024. The first movie, for the most part, I feel did a pretty good job at representing the game in a solid 100-minute action flick. It took liberties with certain characters for sure, and it was quite a tame affair compared to the games, but it still worked for the movie that they were in. But it did have the benefit of the tournament gimmick, which is a simple thing, but it does make for a good excuse to constantly go from one randomized one-on-one fight to another. The sequel, on the other hand, forgoes all of that by having the base concept be Outworld invading Earth, which I suppose does give reason for fights to happen randomly, but the difference is that there is absolutely no attempt to string them together with any sort of cohesion, and it's just throwing in characters from the game in the name of quote-unquote appealing to the fans. Now look, I'm not expecting this movie to represent every character and aspect of Mortal Kombat lore in full detail, because even at this point in the franchise, there were a lot of characters and the lore was pretty wild, and like most fighting games, it just gets crazier as it goes on. But you don't want to do anything with the concept that Cyrax, Smoke and Sub-Zero are all part of a secret clan of ninja assassins that dabble in cybernetic technology which Sub-Zero is opposed to? Or how about that Sub-Zero and Smoke were best friends and Smoke was unwillingly transformed into a cyborg?
No.
Alright, how about the idea that Melina is a clone of Kitana who's been crossbred with Tarkatan DNA?
No.
Alright, what about Jade, who's Kitana's best friend and after...
No.
But whatever, that's the game's lore. This is its own thing. What about this specific version of things? In the first movie, Shang Tsung did make mention that Scorpion and Sub-Zero are deadliest of enemies, but slaves under my power. In this movie, introduces Sub-Zero's younger brother and reveals that somehow Scorpion has returned despite being fucking obliterated in the last movie. So how about some elaboration on that?
No.
Nope, they're just here for one fight with each other and then they never return. Seriously, even as a small child, I always found this bizarre. Sub-Zero appears, gives some light exposition, Scorpion and Sub-Zero have a quick fight with each other, Scorpion captures Kitana, and then they are both never seen again. It's even weirder because there's a pretty good spot in the third act of the film where it would make sense for both Scorpion and Sub-Zero to make a reappearance and join the fight and have a rematch with each other. But no, they're just gone. It's like they were contractually obligated to appear for a certain amount of screen time, and as soon as the threshold was met, they fucking legged it. Speaking of contracts, the previous movie clearly had none of them because, as mentioned, there's been a few recasts. More than half of the remaining group of heroes from the end of the last movie have been completely recast, and it is oh so distracting. I might be in two minds about Christopher Lambert's strange, if entertaining performance as Raiden, but going from him to Dexter's dad is so jarring, it's hilarious.
Dad? What's wrong? Are you okay?
And that's no disrespect to James Remar, I love the guy, but it's like Raiden had a brain transplant in the minute and a half that took place between the first and the second film. They might as well have said that Raiden was killed and this is his brother Fujin. Did Fujin exist at this point? Hold on a minute. Aye, did, only by a few months, but it was possible. Raiden is just being played so straight-faced compared to the last.
Actually have to talk to not get fucking copyright strike.
It's showtime. Mortal Kombat 2. Get tickets now. Damn.
There are 8 billion people on this planet. And Mortal Kombat is upon us.
The noise.
If we lose one more time, the Earth is gone.
They gotta get a copyright strike.
Johnny.
Johnny
Cage. This is a war for the fate of your world.
I hope your ancestors are watching.
Looks good.
Now would be a good time to use those powers, mate!
You wanna know my power?
I am Johnny Cage.
Ah, whip.
Get over here! Damn.
Remember, if you fell, the earth falls with you.
Uno mas, thanks, Ed.
Sub-Zero.
I am reborn.
Definitely the best fucking ad so far. Yeah.
Hey, Frank. How you? Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on?
Think God's gonna forgive us for the things we've done? I'm not sure about me. But you? You ain't got a fucking chance.
That's all you got? That's all you got? That's all you got? That's all you got?
counter, like. Fuck's sake.
This should be a quick and easy tutorial to follow, but before we do continue, please consider leaving a like on the video and also subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. In order to update your DirectX, the first thing you're going to want to do is find out what version of DirectX you have installed. So to do that, from your desktop, come down to your taskbar at the bottom, click onto the search box and type run into here. Underneath Best Match, you should see run come up, give that a click, and that's going to open up the run box in the bottom left hand corner. And in here, you want to type the following, which is DXDIAG, and then click OK. Now, if it does come up with a window, just go ahead and click yes. And what that's going to do is open up the DirectX diagnostic tool. From here, you want to make sure you clicked onto the System tab, and you're going to see what version of DirectX you currently have installed. For myself, you can see that's currently DirectX 12, which at the time of recording is the most recent version of DirectX. If you have an older version, what you can do is close this down, and to actually update your DirectX, what you want to do is come down to your taskbar, click onto the Windows Start icon, and then click onto Settings in your pinned apps. If you don't see Settings here, use the search box at the top, type Settings, and then open up Settings underneath Best Match. Once you're in your settings, what you want to do is come over to the menu on the left hand side, come down and click onto Windows Update, and it's going to tell you if there's any updates available. So if there is, then what you can do is click the Restart Now button to start installing the updates. But if it doesn't show any updates, the blue button up here is going to say check for updates, so you want to give that a click and see if there's any updates available, and then of course restart your PC to download a tool. From here, you want to make sure your window just AG, and then click OK. Now, if it does come up with a window, just go ahead and click yes, and what that's going to do is open up the DirectX diagnostic tool. From here, you want to make sure you clicked onto the System tab, and you're going to see what version of DirectX you currently have installed. For myself, you can see that's currently DirectX 12, which at the time of recording is the most recent version of DirectX. If you have an older version, what you can do is close this down, and to actually update your DirectX, what you want to do is come down to your taskbar, click onto the Windows Start icon, and then click onto Settings in your pinned apps. If you don't see Settings here, use the search box at the top, type Settings, and then open up Settings underneath Best Match. Once you're in your settings, what you want to do is come over to the menu on the left hand side, come down and click onto Windows Update, and
I'm Josie Marin, and I play Mia in Need for Speed Most Wanted. Make sure you do all your racing in the game. On the streets, drive safely and responsibly, and wear your seatbelt.
Be advised, we have code 6 driver aggressively evading custody. Units requested clear non-essential calls, head up code 2. Suspect driving a silver Aston Martin.
He's cutting through the park.
Advisement to all units, pursuit has escalated to condition 4.
Dispatch 1025. I need a bus at my location. Code 6 lost. Now I'm time delay. Control.
Members be advised, this suspect was last seen southbound on Lennox Road. Quantity be set up in the surrounding area. That call is still code 6. Bravo 27, I'm cruising in west of suspect. I have still no contact. Units can go mobile. Suspect lost. Switching off TAC channel, return to channel 3.
Fresh out the house, got the beat. As I ride up and down Martin Luther King Drive, standing tall, looking down. Boy snitching.
Attention Patrol Division. Units engage high-speed pursuit of a single vehicle that is evading custody. Handle this call on channel 2. Suspect's in a purple Mazda.
He's ignoring my requests. I'm going with a 1039. See if they'll stop him. VCB, I lost visual, stand by. Yeah, I got a visual here. Code 3, code 3. Suspect 1042, visual rig. Trying to bump him in. Alright, hold where you are. We're gonna try something else. They got around us. We're still code 3. I'm at 1039 as soon as I can close up the distance. Let's get clear. I'm gonna bump this guy. He's on to me. I won't be able to get around him. All sight on him. He's trying to catch up now. No, we got him. Pulling up on a 6. I'm losing him.
Requesting an update.
Right in the middle of it. Hold on.
Heading up to the pursuit call, be advised, suspect was last reported heading westbound on Camden Tunnel Road. Quadrant has been authorized. Additional units,
Yeah, I got him. Vehicle located. Code 6 party lost. I need a quadrant set up ASAP.
Roger that, dispatch. This is Charlie 2-4. I have 4 units with me. We'll form a static quadrant southeast of his location.
Members be advised, the suspect was last seen westbound on Camden Tunnel Road.
Dispatch vehicle located. He's running.
We just spotted him here. We're moving in.
Losing visual. I need a 1034. I'm trying to keep up.
Vehicle 3, we got a notice. Pursuit units, be advised. We set up a 1073 ahead of your position.
Dispatch, might need a wrecker here. Suspect just hit civilian. Might need a tow. Hey, okay, spun it around. We're 180. He's through the block. He's gone around the block. Dispatch, request additional roadblocks to contain our suspect. Lost visual, hold on. I lost the vehicle, minimal time delay. Let's get the quadrant going on this.
Units in the area, be advised.
Alright, I got him. Vehicle located. We just spotted him here, we're moving in. That's 2-9, we blocked off the road. He hit bunches of this guy's all over the road. He just sideswiped me. Lost sight of him. I'm trying to catch up here. Yep, he's back inside. I'm on code 3. He got routed. Standby. Suspect vehicle just hit me head on from the side. Trying to get in front of him. But we'll advise if he slows down. No, I got a visual here, code 3. I'm losing visual, I'm trying to keep up.
This is Charlie 2-4. We sectioned off the road ahead. Watch your speed.
Set up units for containment.
scene. Please update your situation.
South 12. Wake up on scene.
Just a few minutes away.
I lost him. Data no longer pursued. I lost him. Let's get on that, start by some patrols minimal delay.
Cover unit heading up to the pursuit call. Be advised, this party was last seen heading south past the Fairmont Bowl. Supervisor indicates he wants a quadrant set up east of the suspect. Consider call still code 6.
Dispatch, this is Charlie 29 inbound code 3. I'll take an area. This is Charlie 29. Stop pulling the net close. Let's make sure we check all structures that can hide a vehicle. I think this guy may have pulled in somewhere.
At least one mobile code 6 driver followed by police. At this time, units are requested to clear and start up to the area. Suspect is driving a Viper.
Presume this call up on a 1075. Let's keep it tight. Stand by. Dispatch, I'm gonna need some more backup. Driver's giving us a lot of trouble.
Roger, Bravo 26. I've got ground units clearing up and en route.
Got to stop. push this guy to stop.
Bravo 32. Units have detailed and are en route.
Bravo 4Q. Bring up on Z. Over good, fast back. 1070.
call. Be advised, this party was last seen northbound past Boundary Mall. I have a go to set up a containment. Switch call over to tax-free.
Roger, dispatch 2-4. En route. This is code 3. 2 Echo 12, I got a vehicle here that matches that description. We'll update once I run them through the system. Negative on that vehicle. All units be advised, driver's still alive.
If you hungry pizza man, he don't come around here. And I dare Jehovah's Witness to knock around here. Whips get stolen, they never getting told around here. Stay in the news, but never nothing new around here. If you ain't never been to the ghetto, man, don't ever come to the ghetto, man. I tell them everywhere, anywhere, fuck what's really good. My hood. I tell them everywhere, anywhere, fuck what's really good. My hood. I tell them everywhere, anywhere, fuck what's really good. My hood. I heard that there's a few reaper down there. Welfare made it rent a little cheaper down there. Don't be slipping, you can put up the shit down there for your bling. Even your two-way beeper down there. I got this bitch, she got a crib down there. I moved out, but I still get to live down here. You couldn't go down there to see a little down there. I did for you way faster down there. I go down there, so don't go down there. And you go down there, you looking for trouble if and when you stroll down there. And you whip park that down the road down there. They don't play, don't hit straight up for hoes down there. Who ain't hood rich, still po down there. Been working mighty hard till they go.
Driving a silver Aston Martin.
with the disturbance call. Dispatch just got hit. Vehicle's taking off on code 3.
Copy that, go ahead. Units heading out to the pursuit call. Be advised, suspect was last reported eastbound on Ocean Hills Drive. Supervisor requesting you set up a quadrant ASAP. Units remain on code 6 status till further notice. Bridge. Can I get someone to start up that way, please?
Get some more details on that call.
Suspect's driving a silver Aston Martin.
Log me onto that call. I'll head up that way for you.
Now let's
Bridge, requesting units to start up.
Dispatch, you got any other details on that? My screen's acting up here.
Caller did not get a clear look at suspect vehicle. Stand by for a description.
I'll go ahead and take that call for you. I'm on that speeding vehicle call. I think I got him. Stand by. Yeah, confirmed it's a vehicle code 3 chase. He's not stopping.
Yeah, one-handed. What's up? Just a bit to get off here.
From what we can make out, the description matches a possible wanted suspect. Driver was last seen heading north near Beacon Point. I see units in the area on my screen, non-priority calls. Please clear and head out that way.
Any more details?
Stand by for vehicle description. We got no make or model at this time.
about it.